Hi, I'm Joel Crandall, and I'm the creator and the developer of the Voila Method. And one of the things I want to talk to you today is about spiritual teachers and gurus and whatnot, and some of the things I've been seeing, and some things I just want to talk about. One of the big things with Voila Method is a plane goes over, which is perfect about this video because it's not about being perfect. And as you've noticed, I didn't do anything with my hair. I kind of woke up with it like this morning. This morning I put maybe a little water in it so it wasn't sticking up. Didn't shave, didn't put on a suit to look rich or anything like that, because who cares? It's not what spirituality is all about. But you guys have been sold a bill of goods that's all about being perfect and living the greatest life and always being or saying the right thing. Well, let's be honest, that's all bullshit, because we're human and everyone's having a human experience here. No one is going to say the perfect thing, do the perfect thing at every moment. That's not what spirituality is. And that's what I try to bring to the table, is this humanness to it. You're not going to be in that state of mind 100% of the time until you get enlightened, and we may never get enlightened in this lifetime until my theory is like probably the last breath we take. But anyway, that aside the point. But what I've been seeing with spiritual gurus or people that write books about spiritualism and stuff, or they're on documentaries, is they have the same spiel, and it's been the same for years because they know it sells. To me, that's selling out, and it's not being real. So one of the big things I find with spiritual gurus is they are telling you, or they're lecturing you on what you need to do. They're not listening to you, and they're not helping guide you, because everyone is different. So it's one of the things we work on in the Voila Method, and we talk about this as part of being the art of the Voila Method, is the art of listening, the art of being able to connect the dots of what is occurring in this person's life, to help them connect these dots for themselves, because that's where the real power is. It's not me just lecturing. It's one of the big things that people, when they take the course, especially like the level 2 course, which we get into some of the emotional aspects, is they'll start lecturing the client, like, this is what you need to do. And I'm like, no. I know you maybe have learned that in other classes you have taken, but that is not how we do it in the Voila Method. Because if I'm lecturing you, at some point you're just going to tune it out, especially if something is said that you may not like this video. Who knows? You might have just tuned out already. But the reality is, everyone is different, okay? It's about being human, and the real power comes in you as the practitioner being vulnerable enough, about you as the practitioner and sharing your own story, and in sharing how you yourself had overcome a trauma or an issue or an insight that someone else can connect to, so they can make the connection for themselves, not necessarily your connection. They might have a different way of doing it, and that's where the real power is from when you do something, reflect on it, but don't get attached to it, but reflect on it, onto why you maybe have said that, or the next time that situation arises, you might say something differently because you've thought about it, right? That's what really being aware is about. You're not going to be in 100% awareness all of the time. Now, with these books on spirituality and stuff, there's some great books out there, but as I always say, books are only going to get you so far. What the books do is they provide some insight, they provide some hope, they give you some they give you some inspiration. But the reality is you have to make it experiential for yourself. You have to face yourself. And that is the only way that you can grow. It's really up to you. It's not up to anyone else. So in the Voila method, we always work on listening and guiding. We don't tell you what to do. We've had some people in the group that do that, and we're working on getting that out of the group. But it's really crucial to the art of Voila method is to just help guide, not direct, but guide. Just kind of place. Like I just did a session just now. Let's give an example. So I'll share like just what I was just explaining. So I just did a session where we were trying to connect bridges between like why we do things and whatnot. And when in my assessment, I would show them the possibility on this end. And they were able to connect to what the trauma was in the past that didn't allow them to connect to this possibility on the other end of the spectrum. But they were able to talk out and connect the dots to the bridge to the possibility. And they felt so good about themselves in doing so. So all I did was have to show them the possibility. And this person is doing such great work on themselves and really looking at themselves that they were able to bridge that gap to go, oh, this is why I'm doing this. And this is what I can do to get to this possibility. And it just gave you chills to watch the person enlighten in front of yourself. Then not to enlightenment, but just to grow, to experience something that they maybe have been blind to. Because a lot of us have blinders to a lot of different things, and we talk about that in the Voila method as well. But this is just something I wanted to talk about. So if you have a guru that's telling you what to do, or a spiritual teacher that's telling you what to do, what they're really doing is they're robbing you of your own power. And you are the most powerful human that you can be when you connect to yourself. And not the self that you think you are or the truth that you think you are, but to your true and honest self. Again, why I don't shave every day or make sure my hair is perfect or wear a suit when I do these videos. Because that's not what it's about. It's about you, being authentic and not being perfect. People want you to be perfect, but then when you're not, then they like to blame you for it, because then they don't have to look at themselves, they don't have to work on themselves. So that's really what it comes down to, is be really careful with spiritual gurus or people that call themselves gurus. I will not and do not call myself that. Some people try to put me on that pedestal. But I'm just human, having a human experience like you are. I'm just trying to be as aware of myself as possible, and when things, and like how my reactions are to certain things, to be aware of them and to notice how I can change them. And the next time it may not change, it might be the same, but I can keep building that awareness. And that's all we're trying to do as humans, is build our awareness so we can become better humans to ascend to the highest level that we can. So with that, I hope you enjoy this wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed the birds in the background and the plane going over and all that. And that's it. Joel Crandall from the Voila Method. Enjoy your day.